Yeah, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com playing World of Tanks. The tank is the Jagpanzer 4. I just purchased it. I haven't played it yet. I haven't equipped it. So this is going to be the first equipping and the first game. Now, I usually look at the research first. You don't want to buy ammunition until you've looked at your research, because you might change the turret or the gun, which might require you to repurchase your ammunition. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to equip it the way I want to. I'm going to get this radio. I'm going to get these tracks because I need them for the engine. Wonder why I didn't purchase it. Okay. I need it. I need those tracks in order to get the engine because it's a heavier engine. Now let's pick a gun. We've got the 110-110, 64-350, 150, 135, and the 132-220. I usually pick the gun that has the highest penetration. So that would be this one, the 150-135. This gun has a lower penetration, but it does more damage. So based on these choices, I'm probably going to pick this gun right here. The derp gun, which does 350 damage, they could be very good guns. I've seen, I play a game where I use one of those types of guns, and it kills tanks in one shot, no problem. Okay, so that's what I've decided to use for my Jagpanzer. I'm going to go back to my garage. Actually, I'm going to go to the depot, and I'm going to sell those modules that I'm not using. And I'm going to check my shells also. Okay, now let's get back into here. I've sold those. I'm going to look at... I changed this to be silver because I don't ever want to use gold. You can see I've got a lot of rounds. We're going to repair automatically, resupply automatically, resupply automatically. I usually use round numbers. I'm going to probably put... 10 and 10. This has a 15 rate of fire. That's 4 seconds. So 4 seconds, that means you're going to be shooting often. Every 4 seconds it's going to reload. I don't think I'm going to shoot a lot of the expensive rounds. I think 10 is probably enough. I think 10 of the high explosive is probably enough. I'm going to then get the small repair kit. I'm going to get a large repair kit. And I'm going to get the large first aid kit. If my vehicle catches on fire frequently, I will switch it to the automatic fire extinguisher. As an example, one of my tanks was set on fire 3 games in a row. I think it was the AMX M445. I don't remember. So that is one of the few tanks that I use the automatic fire extinguisher. Otherwise, I try to equip everything like this. But you will see that I do have the automatic fire extinguisher on a lot of tanks instead of the large first aid kit. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm 100% happy with this. Maybe I'll change this later, but for now I'm going to keep it like that. If you have a mission that requires you to do damage and penetrating hits, then you would get more of the high explosive rounds, but I think I'll be fine. If you don't know what to do, I usually say make it a third, and a third, or something like that, at least until you learn how to switch between the different types of rounds. I always use the camouflage net on every single one of my tanks, with the exception of the domination mode. I did not always use the camouflage. I would say the tank gun rammer might be a waste of time because it is 4 seconds. The armor protection from ramming and explosions, that's a possibility because you're probably going to get rammed often. And the toolbox, I would say I would not use it on this tank but I do recommend you. Have used it on my Jagpanzer. I used it on this tank. This tank I used the toolbox. The reason why is because I was constantly getting hit, and I was constantly being tracked. So I'm going to put the toolbox back over there. If you play domination, you probably want the toolbox. You will get tracked frequently and rammed frequently in domination. Okay, so the question is, what am I going to put? I think that a lot of these things are an excellent choice. Medium caliber tank gun rammer. First, I'm going to check all of my tanks to see if anybody else could use that medium caliber tank gun rammer. Now you can see all of my tanks. Something like a T-44 that has a long reload. I'm probably going to... Okay, this tank I'm also going to sell any moment now, so I'm not going to do anything with that right now. He could probably use something like the tank gun rammer, but this is another vehicle that's got like a 3-second reload time, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference. And you know what? I'm going to sell that. This one I only need like a couple games, so I'm going to hold on with that. He's decked out. He's okay. Let's see what he has. I guess I could give him the vents. I wonder what I took off from here. Not going to worry about it right now. Okay, let's see. Anyone else needs a medium caliber tank gun rammer? Renault G1 probably had a camouflage net, so I'm going to restore it. Let's see if he will take a medium caliber tank gun rammer. No. IS-4. They use artillery shell rammers. IS-4. What does he want? I want them all to have coated optics. Because I do a lot of spotting. Okay, so I did not find another tank that needed the tank gun rammer, so I'm going to give him the medium caliber tank gun rammer. So now we have a choice between the vents, the spall liner, and the toolbox. The medium spall liner, I think, is SPGs have to be a priority. So I'm going to check my SPGs. He could use the spall liner. So I'm going to hold off on that spall liner. I think that I'm going to hold off on the last item. Or I could just give him the vents. My best choice, I would say coated optics, but I don't have the cash for it right now. I bought an extra tank with an extra slot. That means that I don't have coated optics. I'm going to need to purchase it. I do want the coated optics, so I'm going to get the toolbox temporarily, and I will replace it with the coated optics in the future. This is a tank that I need to play 60,000 experience. So I'm going to get 30 days worth of camouflage. Like so. And then the crew, we are going to take the best crew members here. I will take probably this one. And I will probably take this one. And I will probably take this one. And I will probably take... Oh, look at that. he's all ready for the Jagpanzer 4. And I don't think I ever owned this. I think I may have accidentally... Oh, you know what happened? Here's what happened. I needed a new crew member, and when I was transferring him to the tank destroyers, I didn't have a German tank destroyer, so I had to predict what the next tank destroyer I might purchase would be, and so I predicted it would be the Jagpanzer 4. So I made him the Jagpanzer 4 from whatever he was before. That's why he's all ready to go. So these guys now, I have to go here, go to training, current vehicle 100%, click the train button, good to go. Training, current vehicle. I would like to reset this. The repairs is only temporary. Once it gets to 100%, I'm going to make it Deadeye, designated target, and camouflage, and then repairs again. But it's not there yet. Training, current vehicle 100%. Clutch braking, you want this on tank destroyers. It helps them spin around faster. You want off-road driving because you drive all the time. But camouflage is also very important, especially the way I play. Because I play anywhere on the map, so there's always potential of danger of being seen. So I always play with the camouflage. With the loader, what I'm going to do is he's going to have camo and repairs until it gets to 100%. Once it moves on, I will add adrenaline rush, and then I'll make the second one camouflage, and then the third one repairs. Okay, so let's get into a game. And here we go. And certainly I have a mission. I should have checked my missions before I got into the game, because if it's a damage-related mission, this is not optimized for damage, but I'm pretty sure that most of my tank destroyer missions are going to be damage-oriented because I've completed all the other missions. And I usually have good luck my first run with a tank. 30 seconds elapsed. Usually light tanks have a long time getting into a game. And I actually have seen games before where almost everybody was a tank destroyer. There's 30 tanks. I've seen like 13 out of 15 tank destroyers on each team. Okay, so I'm going to collapse this. I'm going to check my mission. Cause 1,000 hit points of damage to enemy vehicles from a distance of 250 meters or more, and they must be on the move. If I didn't have this mission, I would run to kill their SPGs. I don't know how fast this is, but if it does like 40 kilometers, it should be pretty easy. Except for the fact I have to... This is the furthest... It's better to spawn on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to head to the left. And I'm going to line up to hit some fast-moving targets. Okay, so it spins pretty fast. Slow acceleration. Top speed is pretty moderate. Hitting a moving target means they have to be more than double the tank behind me. So that's a long distance away. I'm going to take up a position over here. We'll see if they have any scouts that come in the center first. Not really a good position to hide in right here. So I'm going to be more like this. It looks like their scouts never showed up. So there's a good chance I will reposition, because I want to hit... moving targets. The best way to hit a moving target is going to be on the ground, so that they will be moving towards me. If I'm on the ground on the lower level here, they will drive towards me. They'll be easy to hit while they're moving, if they're spotted. So I'm going to head over here. Over here I won't be able to see them. I'm going to have to go to the little bump over here. and hope for the best. This is a difficult mission. Usually I've been completing missions on the first try. This is one of the ones where I've had to try a couple of times, and I haven't had much luck. Okay, so you'll note that the enemy team has a lot of tank destroyers. And that means that tank destroyers aren't very aggressive. They usually sit back and camp, except for Hellcats. So there's a good chance that a lot of them are just sitting back at the base. No luck. Looks like one of my allies died. He got hit by an artillery. So there's got to be a spotter over here somewhere. Okay. Got to relocate. They lost on the city side. And they're out of my range from here. And I'm really not that great with tank destroyers. I don't like to sit back behind my allies. I like to be up on the front lines. Wow, nothing on this guy. Okay, if I had, that would have counted as a moving target.
Enemy armor is damaged. We didn't penetrate their armor. Ready to fire. Penetration. I don't see the target.
He's right at the border of distance for me.
Ready to fire. Enemy is hit. Penetration.
Yeah, he's not too happy.
Go? Ready to fire. Target lost.
Okay, there was a tank that was advancing towards us.
Target acquired. Penetration. They're knocked out. Target acquired. Enemy armor is hit.
He's right at the edge of my distance limit,
Enemy armor is damaged.
but he's also not
Where do we
moving.
go? Permission to engage. Target unlocked.
Okay, so there's definitely a Hellcat in front of me.
Gotcha.
Or there was. Okay, so he's dead. I'm worried about the fact that I have no idea where these other guys are. So the way that they can assault us is right over to my right. There's a road. You see it on the map. And they can go behind there and sneak around. So I'm going to go check that out. Right over here, this road, they could easily be hiding behind it. And as you can see, there is no one here. I don't really want to be in this position, but this is where I am. I don't like where the rest of my team is. I'm going to be very vulnerable if I go around. The Firefly really needs to go and do the scouting. Okay, I'm not going to sit back here and do nothing. Scared me when I heard that. It's like, oh my god, they found me. You gotta really keep an eye on that map. Obviously you want to avoid knocking down trees, but speed is just as important. Okay, if I haven't spotted them, it's unlikely that they're going to be hiding in the next place where I'm going to. There's no strategic advantage for them to be here. However, where I'm approaching now is a place where they could decide to hide. We don't have any more artillery on our team. Oh, they must have killed somebody on my team. It looks like I have one less guy. The Firefly guy is gone. Now I'm scared.
Ready to fire. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. I don't see the
Okay, there's their Hellcat. Now, the enemy SPG knows where I am. So the key is to go somewhere where I have somewhat of an advantage. I could go all the way around the house. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to sneak up on this tree, use the tree for cover. Oh, he could be anywhere. He must have left. Okay, so I'm going to do another sweep, and then I'm going to sit on the cap. And that Hellcat is fast, so he could come in very quickly. I'm going to keep as much distance as I can and sit still. Oh, he killed my other teammate. He's definitely going to arrive.
Ready to fire. Critical hit. Penetration. We're done for. Everyone get out.
Okay, so my first, I guess, 2 shots didn't really do anything. I did switch to the premium rounds. I should have had them sooner. But it was a good game. You know, I have a lot of good lucks with my first game. Mastery badge, 2nd class. Fire for effect. Look how many I've got. 669. I get them all the time. Fighter. Master gunner. Bruiser I get often also. I got number 1 for the team, for damage, for kills, for experience. In fact, I would have been number 3 on their team. Okay, so it's sad that it didn't work out. That is the Jagpanzer 4. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.